stacking my coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash. Since I was born, been stacking my coin. These niggas pop, my money keep growing. The girl is a dot, she all on my groin. She blowing my horn, we fuck like porn. These rappers is whack, they lyrics is corn. I'm getting this money, it never get born. I'm loading my strap, they calling the law. Fuck around and you clap for running your jaw. If it ain't about the dollars, then it don't make sense. Got me sipping brown water, but it ain't from Flint. Trying to chase all this bread, though the shit won't last. About to shut the city down like a crypto crash.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live. Okay.
Oh, good God almighty, ladies and gentlemen. We got to do it live a second time today. Can you believe it? Hearing rumors some exchange may have had an quote-unquote issue that caused a crash. What's your info, blood? No, my friend Wendell. Thanks for tuning in. I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for tuning in, my friend. I'm back. I had to. I mean, I was literally talking to you guys earlier today about what Bitcoin and cryptos really mean and what they where they fit in your portfolio. And I told you, in situations of crisis, black swan events, Bitcoin, crypto would get what? Slaughtered. I literally said that earlier today before the crash. So we'll take a look at the levels. It's possible buying opportunity. We'll just have to see. I'll suss everything out for you guys tonight on tonight's episode. Make sure you hit that like button, share this stream. Hyman said, hey, hold me down. We are still over 100. We are still over 100,000. But Hyman, I'm telling you, man, we're going under 100,000. Whether it's this time or the next Black Swan, we're going under 100,000. We're going to have a 90% correction in crypto. Another 90% correction before the next move up. Not before the next move up, but you're going to see a 90% correction again happen. It's crypto. Yeah, I did say it. I said it earlier. I literally just said it. The rumor was that one of the quote-unquote oracles like Link may have had an issue with the dollar price causing it. No, I don't think that was it, Wendell. I'm going to get into it. What exactly? Because you got to look, Wendell. You got to pay attention to traditional markets. You got to pay attention to, listen, this is all tied together now. So if traditional markets crash, they lead the way. So we saw a crash in traditional markets today, and it circled around a certain event that happened today. I don't know if you saw or heard about it, Wendell, but Orange Man cost, I told you he's got that frontal lobe. What is it called? I'm having dementia. He's got the frontal lobe dementia situation going on. Trump, I told you guys. I told you, it's every day. Every day is something new. It's like a clean slate. Whatever he thought about yesterday, whatever he had planned on going on yesterday, when he woke up today, it's a whole new world. It's a whole new world. XRP Junkie in the house. That's right, my man, my man. Oh, man, got a flat today. Man, that sucks. That sucks. Trade Intuition in the building. That's right, man. I appreciate it, Trade. Yes, indeed. The tariff type. Yep. Yeah, that's it, man. That's what did it. We're going to take a look at the charts in a second here. Bloodalytics, the Scalpalytics team went home. Friday was a payday for them. That's for sure. It was a payday for me. The dollar was the telltale sign. John Hill called it. I lost 5K. What were you holding? Let me know what you were holding, and then we can talk about strategies. I'm gonna pull up some charts tonight. We're gonna dive deep into some levels I gave you guys earlier. Zorvik, go watch my stream earlier today, bro. I gave you guys a triple dipple head and shoulders. I showed you the triple dipple. I showed you a triple head and shoulders pattern that we went through it. We drew the A's, we drew the V's. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I've been going crazy looking at this damage. XRP flash wick. Damn, that's crazy. I didn't even see that. Welcome to crypto, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I can say. Welcome to crypto. This is not, and again, I'm just going to reiterate for those that did not see my live stream earlier today, crypto is not a safe haven. I don't want you to ever think it's a safe haven. It is not. It's one of the most speculative asset classes. Now, I have to disagree with that. I think it was a UK institutional firm that came out saying that crypto was not, or Bitcoin was not an asset class. No, most crypto is definitely an asset class. It's the most speculative asset class. You're holding LTC. Jeez. LTC, man. You got Wendell LTC in the building. Maybe he can help you out. I don't hold too much Litecoin anymore. But Litecoin seems to have a difficult time bouncing back. So, but I will say this, bro. If you don't sell, you never realize the loss. Once you sell, that's final. That's called realized gains and losses. So, yeah, Wendell said he's been holding that Litecoin for years. Jeez Louise, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. First of all, you know what time it is. It's Bloodalytics time, baby. That's right. Get over to Bloodalytics, sign up, get yourself an edge. You would have caught this whole drop if you were in Bloodalytics. If you had the signal on TradingView, Scalpalytics Pro, Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm sure I haven't looked at Solana, the BNB pack, but man, we're going to go over the Scalpalytics Pro trade. Diabolicalness. You like that word, don't you? Get over to bloodalytics.com. Sign up today. Get that edge you need over there on TradingView. If you use TradingView charts, I don't know if you're in crypto and you're not using TradingView. I don't know what you're doing. 1 minute chart, Scalpalytics Pro, Bitcoin and Ethereum. You get 2 for 1, $44.99 a month, or you can save $20, 20%, I should say, for a whole year. You save $108 if you sign up for the year. Let's go ahead and go over to Scalpalytics Pro, Bitcoin and Ethereum chart. Now, we went short. Boy, let me just show you this. We went short on Scalpalytics Pro on Bitcoin at the beginning of today's session. We went short at 9:53 a.m. Okay, 9:50. I gotta zoom in so you guys can see this. They say people, every day a person dies, a newborn comes into the earth. Well, every portfolio that gets wrecked, there's an opposite side to that. You know what I'm saying? We got wow, we got FD in the house, man. 313, stand up. I need my Detroit hat. Where's my Detroit hat? I need to put my D-Town hat on, man. Bitcoin got down to 102 today. I got out yesterday thanks to Blood. Head and Shoulders called it, made 17%. There you go, baby. This is why you got to come watch Crypto Blood, man. I'm a straight shooter. I don't give you pipe dreams. I don't give you pipe either. Pause. I just keep it real and give it to you straight. Litecoin got slaughtered. It was taken out back and put. Yeah. I'm sure, man. LTC went from 130. No fucking way. Are you serious? Ah, man, fixing to pay a crypto tax expert $5K to get my stuff straight from 2017 to 25. I sold the last of my Litecoin for Somi recently. D Fuentes in the building. No, I did not know the flash crash was going to happen. I wish I could take that much credit. But Bloodalytics did know to go short. Now, you know, what is it called? Opportunity and talent meet, that's success. Well, that's what happened here. So we were to capture all of this, and as I was saying, trying to go through this sequence of trades, we went short here, took 50% off the table there, another 25% off the table there at the end of the session today. In the end of New York session, we took another 25%, and then boom shakalaka, after hours it got realer dealer than holy filler. Another 25% there, another 25% there, another 25% there. God, we making money today. This dip though, good God, we touched 101. Hyben, we almost got there. Almost went below, but we're not there. And I got some promising news. I got some promising news for those bulls that were long. Unfortunately, Zorvik, that Litecoin move, I can't talk about. I can't give anyone financial advice, period. But I'm just saying that Litecoin, that's a whole nother animal, man. That thing may take 3 years to get back to where it was before the flash crash. Sorry for that. How many people quit crypto today? I'm sure some did quit. They're new to this though, FD. They're just new to this game. Yeah, FD caused the crash, of course. Blame it on the black man. Should I swap to another coin or keep holding until it rises again? I can't give you financial advice, but I would say this, as I said just a minute ago. It's not a loss until you realize it. Once you sell, that's that you finalize that position. Unless you get in even lower at the same, you basically buy the same amount of coins at a lower price, then you know, but I don't know, man. Who is all panicking right now? D-Stellar one in the house. Shout out to everybody watching on X. I'm sure a lot of people are panicking right now, brother. I'm sure a lot of people are panicking right now. But that short is still open on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now we closed the Ethereum one. You should have closed that Ethereum one if you're signed up with Scalpalytics Pro. You would close that. Man, look at this. Look at the spikes. They tried to we got out before that spike. That would have possibly stopped us out. That's crazy. But we were taking profits all the way down. Anyway, this is why I have the algo set up this way, to take profits all the way down, lock in those gains. You just never know what could happen. I got the price scale is so messed up on this. I got to rescale it. But yeah, we got out right here at 545 before the wick to take everybody out that might have been short and never took any profits. You definitely got tapped out of that one. But we got out the way, free and clear. Close that one up. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Let's see who else we got in here. At Litecoin 97 now. Okay, so it bounced back. Just a dip will be fine. We're gonna get to the charts, D-Stellar. Stick around. I got some analysis to show you on where we are in the markets and where I think we're going from here. You think the top is in? I actually do. Now I definitely do. Nah, just loading up on some altcoins on the way down. All right. Dollar cost average in. If you don't sell, you don't go to hell. That's the motto that I just made up. Let's go ahead and pull up the chart that you guys really need to see right now. Let me save this chart. I gotta save this because then, you know, price scale is really messed up on that because of the dip. All right, here we go. Here we go. Now we're getting it. Now we're getting into the real analysis. So let me do this because I want to show you. I didn't save it, but I should be able to show you guys what I drew earlier today. Was it earlier today or was it on yesterday's live stream? I can't remember. Somebody help us out. Did I draw the triple head and shoulders on today's live stream or on, oh, it was on today's live stream. Here it is. All right, here we go. This is what I drew earlier today, guys, on the stream. Right there. Boom. Triple dipple. That was a whole bunch of head and shoulders. Okay, and I said, you know, that does not look good for a like, you know, if you're just looking like short to mid-term. This is on the 1 hour, granted, but that's a bunch of attempts, right? And on the left side there, we were making our way up, but then you see the arrow, and that's where we got the last higher A. Since that top, it's been lower A's since then. Let's see here. Can you let me know when you're ready for the topic that I wrote on Twitter? It's about something returning to this space. About someone returning to this space. What did you? I didn't see what you said, Hyben. Or did I see it? I can't remember. Let me know. So yeah, we had this triple dipple, I call it. A lot of head and shoulders there. And I said that doesn't look all that great. Doesn't look all that great. So at any rate, here's where we are now today. We are right at Trump's top. Again, we seem to always find ourselves getting back to Trump's top. Pause. But this is where we are, and it looks like an area of support. Now, it is too early to tell because this death wick, that's a death wick right there for you, man. Good God. How much percentage is on that? That's almost a 9% wick. That's insane. But the good news is we do have a bounce off Trump's top. And Trump's top, I've had this on this chart for a long time. This is the January 21st inaugural top that we had in Bitcoin and in the crypto markets. Okay. Buy the rumor, sell the news. I told you back then that's what was going to happen. Once he got in, you know, granted, and you know, just in case the markets were waiting just to make sure he got in because you know, he had an attempt on his life, a couple assassination attempts. So once he got in, that kind of solidified it, and you sold the news. And that's exactly what happened at Trump top, January 21st. So that's why I have that line right there. If I zoom out, I don't feel like going all the way back there, but I will for you. I will for you. January is back here. Right. January 21st, somewhere around here. It's like right in this zone. So really this needs to be adjusted a little bit. This needs to be right here at 109. Remember that? Remember the 109 print Bitcoin. So this is the Trump top. We're above it. We may get another test of it, actually. 109. But definitely some liquidations here. This is liquidation type of stuff right here. Clearing out a lot of longs. And some shorts taking profits like we were. Okay. But a lot of longs got taken out on that trade. So the good thing is that does leave room for us to potentially head back up. It does leave room for us to potentially head back up, but we have to keep 109. So that's our local target, 109. We have to keep that area. But we essentially traversed this whole move up that we saw that started on September 28th. Okay, we'll look at Moonalytics as well. We'll look at the lunar signal available on bloodalytics.com as well. You guys know during the stream earlier, we were short on Ethereum and we were about to initiate a short on Bitcoin. The Great said, I blame Binance. Why you blame Binance? The Rebel, AKA, said, fam, I haven't been on your channel in about a year or more. I come from the pre-post COVID. My God, that's what's up, bro. Good to see. Hit that like button, brother. Hit that like button. Okay, let's wait to the end of the show. Tell me then, my friend. Great to see you working and perfecting your craft. Thank you, my friend. My friend told me this is the best time to buy. Yeah, buy on red, not on green. That's for sure. That's how you do it, my friend. Every time. Buy on red, not on green. Sell on green. And here's the thing. Sell on green. You got to sell on green, though. That's the hard part. Buying on red is hard, too. But I feel like selling on green is even harder and counterintuitive. More counterintuitive than buying on red. You guys let me know how you feel about that. Which is harder? Buying on red days or selling on green days? I don't know. I tend to think selling on green days is harder. Tend to think that. So what we're going to do now is look at my favorite chart. And this is a telling chart as well. This is the crypto total market cap. This is the chart that excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum. So every other coin except those two. Okay. And what do we have here? I got to rescale it because, man, a lot of price action has occurred. And so we got to rescale this bad boy so we can clearly see what's going on here. Now let's do a reset. No, I don't want auto fit. I want reset, lock price. All right. So what do we have on the total market cap? A clear breach of this line here. I said earlier, this was a good area to buy in the chat room, in the Bloodalytics chat room. But what I failed to mention is that if this line broke, get the hell out the way. That was the line that we needed to keep. These two lines is kind of a confluence trend where two trends meet. Good support. But again, when you can kind of call this a black swan event. You definitely can call this a black swan event that happened today. And we'll get to what happened today that caused this. But black swan events violate all that stuff. That doesn't matter at all. This right here, this support area means nothing when it's a black swan event. It's going to violate all of that. But what's good to see here is the wick happen as well. And we got a bounce or a wick off of these two trend lines, downward trend lines that I have. So that's good news. I like to see some price action and bouncing off of levels. That gives me hope. I think this may be the low. that little wick, clear out a lot of longs, and now we can build momentum and start heading back up. Doesn't mean that we are in the clear. It just means that I think a local bottom might be, but we won't know until we get back up to this green line, and at which point we need to watch very closely, because we got to see. And you listen, I've been trading for 15, 16 years now. You let the market tell you which way we're going. Don't try to jump ahead and be Nostradamus. Don't try to be Nostradamus. Let the market see, tell us if we're going to break back above this green line at $1.06 trillion market cap for the altcoins. If we can break this trend line and stay above it, then our next target is of course 1.12 trillion right here, this zone. But if we get a rejection, then we could get a rollover. They say wicks stick. I've heard that, and it can be true, but I feel like the shock and awe is out of the way. Markets have kind of digest what happened earlier. Again, I'll get to that in a second. But I don't know, man. I think this is a nice local bottom. I did come up on that theta. 28K almost hit the very top back in the day. Waiting for a range to build first. Yeah, trend is your friend. Wanted to see 104, to be honest. I want to see that 200K by the end of the year. 104, we saw it, my friend. 104 was seen. We got to 103. 103.393. All right, so looking good, but to Mastermind's point, range needs to be sussed out. So we need to see where we actually settle. Let me get back to the total market. With a move like that, you typically do get a range. And then, we'll maybe go up here and then maybe get a rejection or something, a scenario like that. But because of this violent move, you're probably going to get people like, whoa, just taking a break, trying to see what the hell is going on and figure out what to do next. Crypto Blood, I bought more, looking for a pop when the shutdown ends. Okay, yeah, that's a good play as well. Didn't even think about the shutdown. So you may be asking what happened today. Some were. Most of you probably know what happened today, but let's go on over to CNBC. Nasdaq got slaughtered today. Listen, keep it simple, stupid. You don't have to, look at coin market cap and see what this and that is doing, what Aster is doing, Bitcoin and SUI and all that, and figure out what project is, who's dropping what, who's investing in what in crypto and all. No, you don't have to do any of that. All you got to do is come over to CNBC.com, click on US, look at Nasdaq. That's going to tell you pretty much where crypto is going. I know we want to make it look more complicated than that. I know. But this is all you have to do, literally. Come on over to CNBC.com, a non-crypto site. Don't go to crypto. Go to US and go to Nasdaq. And you'll see pretty much not 8.5 times out of 10, because we have Nasdaq has a correlation, or I should say Bitcoin's positive correlation ratio is about 0.8 to 0.5 with the Nasdaq. So that's an 80% correlation. 9 times out of 10, where Nasdaq is going is where Bitcoin is going, times some multiple of volatility. So crypto is a lot more volatile. So with the Nasdaq being down 3.5% today, let's go on over to coinmarketcap.com. Bitcoin's down 7.5 today, 7.5% today, as of right now, roughly. So double, 2x multiple on that volatility. All right. Zoom in so you can see that. $24, 7%. Let's just go ahead and click on Bitcoin. So as you can see there, 24-hour, 7%. Nasdaq, 3.5%. Just about a 2x vol. October. Yeah. The second day charts on everything, where yesterday I got rid of a lot of stuff I was holding. The second day chart yesterday, we're looking sketchy. Second day, what is the second day chart? Jim Willie says years ago that they tracked together. Show me when they didn't, he said, and I'll kiss your ass. Oh, I love Jim Willie. I used to have Jim Willie on the show all the time. I gotta, you know, I haven't had him on since one of our interviews back in the day. This is back when I think this is before YouTube started attacking my channel, but I had Jim Willie on one time, and they gave me a strike on Jim Willie's interview because he was talking about Mike Obama. Michael Obama. He loved to talk about Michael Obama. There's weekly bearish divergence on Bitcoin. Last time that occurred, it lost 75% of its value. Okay, good point. Silver and gold sell-off coming soon. Let's look at silver and gold or precious metals. Look at that, man. Round of applause to the PMs. I still got my little bag of silver right here. I was trying to find my big bag of silver, but I got my little bag of silver troy ounces here. Got some more in here. Got a whole bunch in here, but I got a big bag. Couldn't find it. Last week, let's see. Blood, look at QRL chart. What's QRL? You got to see this chart. QRL and ZC. I'll look at it. So it's true. If we see Zcash pump, we at the top. Interesting. That's a good core. That's a good metric to look at. Yep, got a strike. Big Mike got me a strike. I heard a few countries just adopted ETFs. CNBC is the truth to see what's coming next. Shout out to them and Kramer. Come on, man. You got to be kidding me, man. My silver was about an inch of dust on it. Was stacking it before crypto. Same here. I stopped stacking crypto. I stopped stacking silver once I found out about Bitcoin. So I stopped in 2013 to stop buying silver. And it literally hadn't gone anywhere until 2 weeks ago. Round of applause. But if you leave it up to Peter Schiff, you know, I'm just supposed to forget all the gains and what they call opportunity costs. If I would have just stayed in, I didn't have gold, but you know, he just wants you to forget about the opportunity costs you missed buying Bitcoin 13 years ago and just focus on the gold doubling in the last year. Boy, I tell you, man, I love Peter Schiff, but man, that guy is stubborn. FYI, Monday is a bank holiday. It is? What's Monday? Yeah, I got a whole bunch of 1 ounce bars, but I got some 10 ounce ones too. You use Kramer as the opposite trade. There you go. It's Crypto City. You got it. You know what's up. Wisdom bars know too. He just being oh, I didn't know Monday was Columbus Day. Okay. So this is what happened, guys. Trump puts an extra 100% tariff on China imports, adds export controls on critical, quote unquote, critical software. And that was the catalyst, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Trump, he's losing it, man. He woke up. I told you, every night he goes to sleep, it's like a reboot on your Windows machine. You know how you got your machine open and then it does an auto update, like my server did the other night on my trading server. You come back in and what the hell? Yep, reboot, reboot and software update. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't even realize it, man. I have a kilo cola coin. It's awesome. Yeah. Is that the panda coin? I think I know what you're talking about. So that, Trump is the reason for the dump. That kind of rhymes. Trump is the dump. So Trump, we got a Trump dump today. Guys, that's why we are where we are. Okay. And that's solely why. It wouldn't be because Wendell, the Oracle issues that you might have seen. Nope, that was not it. It was definitely Trump's decision. And so this is why you guys have to have dry powder on deck when dealing with these crypto streets, because at any moment, any type of black swan event, which I would consider this a black swan event, this came out of fucking left field. Excuse my French. Came out of nowhere. Trump again rebooted this morning and just said, you know what? F China. I'm gonna add 100% tariff on them today, and that's exactly what happened. And he got the yes men around him, full of he's circled by yes men. So they just say, okay, yes, Trump, that's right. Let's go ahead and do that, and that's what we did. Oh, stock market is open, but banks are closed. Let's just take a look at forexfactory.com really quickly and see what's going on. That'll tell us. Well, it's a bank holiday, but it doesn't tell me if the markets are closed or not. Let's look at this story. Let's look at this story on Forex Factory. Trump. Some very strange things are happening in China. They are becoming very hostile. Let's see this. So let's read this bad boy right here. Some very strange things are happening in China. They are becoming very hostile and sending letters to countries throughout the world that they want to impose export controls on each and every element of production having to do with rare earths and virtually anything else they can think of, even if it's not manufactured in China. Nobody has ever seen anything like it, like this. But essentially, it would clog the markets and make life difficult for virtually every country in the world, especially for China. You mean the U.S.? I think that's what he meant. I think that's what he used the wrong word there, brother. Including the U.S. That's what he should have said. We have been contacted by other countries who are extremely angry at this great trade hostility, which came out of nowhere. Our relationship with China over the past 6 months has been a very good one, thereby making this move on trade an even more surprising one. Well, maybe not. Stop bombing Gaza. Stop teaming up with the small hats and the Zionists and put an end to this fucking genocide. That's what you should do. Maybe they're doing that because you won't stop the small hats. I have always felt that they've been lying in wait, and now, as usual, I have been proven right. There is no way that China should be allowed to hold the world captive like we have for the last 150 years. Okay. But that seems to have been their plan for quite some time, starting with the magnets, and other elements that they have quietly amassed into somewhat of a monopoly position, and rather sinister and hostile move, to say the least. But the U.S. has monopoly positions also, much stronger and more far-reaching than China. How many of you believe that statement right there? How many of you believe U.S. has a monopoly positions much stronger and more far-reaching than China? How many think that's true? Because how deep down the rabbit hole do y'all want to go? How deep? Because he might be telling the truth. It just depends on our black budget projects. How deep do y'all want to go? How deep do you want to go? I know they probably have some black budget projects as well, but which country do you guys think has more alien technology developed and ready to go? I don't know. I don't know. We got Crypto Billy in the house. Permaculture Mom said, this is horrible for business. It makes it impossible to plan for the future. Flash crash crypto. Government shutdown. The markets are going to bleed for a while until people stop getting cleaned. Once the house takes all leverage positions, we're going to get a higher high. I would tend to agree with that position. That's kind of what I was saying earlier, that liquidation wick cleared out a lot, and then that would pave a way for higher, I wouldn't say higher highs, but at least a higher move. So I'm not in the camp of higher highs, but definitely this may be a local bottom. COVID crash, 1.2 billion in liquidations. FTX crash, 1.6 billion in liquidations. Today, 20 billion in liquidations. Good God Almighty, Wendell. That is a diabolical stat right there. Wow. That is huge. I didn't know that. Thank you for that tidbit, Wendell. 20 billion in liquidations today. Oh, wow. Xi had a stroke and other members of the party are trying to take over. Oh, shit, man. See, this is what I'm saying. Xi is trying to clean out a lot of corruption, and the old guard is fighting that. Bought a bag of sapien off this dump. Shit already ripping. Let's go. There we go. Oh, wow. Trump may be trying to make that true, but the rest of the world does not want to be under Americans' boot. No, not at all. All this stuff is going in one direction at the end of the day, up. That's why they are saying the dollar oracle caused the dump, extreme dips, liquidations. Nah, man, and Trump caused the dump. I believe, Wendell. Let's finish reading this, though. I have just not chosen to use them. There was never a reason for me to do so until now. The letter they sent is many pages long and details with great specificity each and every element that they want to withhold from other nations. Things that were routine are no longer routine at all. I have not spoken to President Xi because there was no reason to do so. This was a real surprise, not only to me, but to all the leaders of the free world. I was to meet President Xi in 2 weeks at the APEC in South Korea. But now there seems to be no reason to do so. The Chinese letter were specifically inappropriate. was especially, I'm sorry, inappropriate in that this was the day that after 3,000 years of Bedlam and fighting, there is peace in the Middle East. Oh my God. Nobel Peace Prize. Is that what you're trying to get there, buddy? I wonder if the timing was coincidental. I wonder if the timing is coincidental with Israel striking Qatar when peace talks were trying to be conducted. I wonder if it was coincidence. That's a lot of coincidences I wonder about Trump. It ain't just coming from China. I'm just saying, dependent on what China says about the hostile quote unquote order that they have just put out, I will be forced as president of the United States of America to financially counter their move. For every element that they have been able to monopolize, we have two. I never thought it would come to this, but perhaps, as with all things, the time has come. Ultimately, though, potentially painful, it will be a very good thing in the end for the U.S. One of the policies that we are calculating at this moment is a massive increase of tariffs on China's products coming into the United States of America. There are many other countermeasures that are likewise under serious consideration. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Bada boom, bada bang. Listen, I will have to say one thing. One thing I will have to say, and this is credit to Trump. As crazy as he is now, as off the Richter, he's gone. He is fighting for America in many cases, not all. That whole Ukraine Russia thing and Israel Gaza thing, I'm totally pissed off about that. But I do see a 90%, 85%, maybe 80% effort to keep America first and make America prioritized in many measures, in many instances. So I do have to give him credit because let me just say this: if Sleepy Joe was in office, he wouldn't have done shit. He would have just let this ride. They would have just, he would have helped him. He would have probably said, let me proofread that for you. I can send out to other countries for you on your behalf. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm glad that we are having the balls to stand up to other mega powers. Really only one other, and that's China. We banging on wax, baby. We banging on wax. Instead of the Nobel committee picked a Zionist Venezuelan. Oh yeah, I saw that. And she didn't even know. She was surprised that she even got picked. Like, the fix is in, bro. This shit is diabolical. Another rumor is that China sold all its Bitcoin, dumped crypto markets to hurt US. More rumors. Okay, I can okay, I can see that. I can see that. Wait a minute. Was wearing a crypto shirt, hashtag crypto shirt today, and a homeless guy handed me $1. God damn. Oh, that's funny. We can't be America first with everything going to Israel and people sleeping on the streets in Cali. Amen. I understand. You're right, permaculture. You're right, Mom. I'm with you. You make good points. But Cali is under his own, that's Newscomb. That's his situation. That ain't Trump. That's Newscomb. So there you have it, man. That's what's going on today. That's why we had the dump. That's why I think we're going to get but I think, a lot of leverage positions were flushed out. And I believe we may see settling going on over the weekend. I don't see us making another leg down unless there's something that China does in retaliation to what we did. So it could be another situation where we get up to 200%, 300% tariffs again, and we will see another leg down. So you do have to stay abreast of what's going on in these streets, ladies and gentlemen. They need to. California definitely needs to leave. Get the hell up out of here, bro. Matter of fact, y'all can just go ahead and let Yellowstone crash y'all into the ocean. Into the Pacific Ocean. I mean, get out of here. Y'all can go ahead and just cruise on over to Hawaii. Maybe you and Hawaii can merge together. We don't need you, don't want you. Ruin a beautiful state. Beautiful weather. It never rains in Southern California. If Trump changes his mind, the markets will pop again. I just told you, man, that frontal lobe dementia, he might wake up tomorrow and be like, but it could go either way. It could go tomorrow. He wakes up and said, I meant to do 200% tariffs on China. We don't know. It's a Russian roulette situation with Trump. The guy is like unhinged. Guess who got rich from this? The exchanges. Yeah, for sure. What do you hold? Cali is the wealthiest state in the U.S. Nah, they got HARP now. It's so crazy because when I went out to Cali 2 years ago to film for a crypto documentary for Netflix, it rained the whole time I was there. I was like, God damn, you got to be kidding me. Matter of fact, it was when it was like the flash floods and they hadn't had this much rain in like years. It broke records. I'm like, why, Lord? Why when crypto blood come to Cali, it got to do all of this? I wanted sunshine. Farmers are losing their farms. He ruined food trade deals. Yeah, I know, man. He's just idiot, man. Newsom is a freaking idiot. Absolute idiot. So I'm gonna save this time. But you know, things are on the up and up. We made a lot of money today trading Scalpalytics Pro. Still in this short from this morning on Bitcoin, just to reiterate. So we're looking good. We're looking good. We were ahead of the curve before Trump even came out with his decision. Ethereum, same situation. Was short this morning at 10:19 Eastern Standard Time. Went short. Closed that short at 5:45 p.m. today. So we Gucci. How far are we away from seeing Elmo? So far, it's not even on the chart anymore, bro. I don't even have that many bars available anymore, man. Elmo's at $30,000 Bitcoin, which I think we actually might get the $30,000 Bitcoin. If they can't hold this together, yeah, we're gonna get the 30. And I don't think they can hold this together. I mean, I'm talking about traditional markets, not even talking about Bitcoin. I'm talking about TradFi. We're in a recession. It's only so many. I mean, they could do another printing operation, but that's going to cause more inflation. So now, like, we're in a negative feedback loop, I think. And damned if you do, damned if you don't. In regards to the Federal Reserve, the Treasury, and the executive branch, whatever they decide to do, it's only going to cause more inflation. So it's like, I think we're toward the end of the game. We're toward the end of the game. Wendell remembers Elmo. Wendell remembers Elmo. But that's it, man. I had to do an emergency live stream. Thanks for tuning in. Crypto Billy said had an appointment in San Fran an apartment for 4 years, just ended in June. Those folks off the hook. They broke and don't know it. Right. Yep. San Fran is a shit show, man. It was a beautiful city, man. I used to go to San Fran quite often. And beautiful city used to be. It's completely ruined. I don't feel safe taking my kids to San Fran. I don't feel safe taking myself to San Fran. I can't do it. It's just very unfortunate. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to sign up for Bloodalytics so you can be winning on days like this. I'm just saying. We got scalping signals, the lunar. Let's take a look at the lunar really quickly. Let's take a look at the lunar signal really quickly before we get out of here. Again, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. Let's bring up the lunar. So remember earlier today we were right here earlier today, and I said we were about to go short, and lo and behold, we went short right here. We took 50% of our profits right here. And we're still in this trade. Yeah, we're still in this trade. So that's a good trade there. And then we got the short we were already in during the stream this morning. Looking good. Still in that short. So there you have it, ladies and gents. Again, thanks for tuning in for this emergency stream. Hit that like button, share this stream. I will check y'all on Monday. God works in mysterious ways. Amen. Amen.
My money keep growing. The girl is a dot. She all on my groin. She blowing my horn. We fuck like porn. These rappers is whack. They lyrics is corn. I'm getting this money. It never get born. Loading my trap. They calling law. Fuck around and you clap for running your jaw. If it ain't about the dollars, then it don't make sense. Got me sipping brown water, but it ain't from Flint. Trying to chase all this bread, though the shit won't last. About to shut the city down like a crypto crash.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
Okay.